And 3, 4.
Because you're proper AA students, you know, there aren't many, this is old man talking, there aren't many left, right, who have a lot of initiative and arrange something that's interesting and important for the school. So there aren't many of us here, but you perhaps you should take that as a compliment. But thank you very much for all your work and doing it on your own initiative. I think that's really what the AA is about, really students taking charge of their education with tutors, not sort of conforming to what the system might want. You see what I mean? 100%. So thank you very much. It's really nice. You're an example to us all for innovation and enthusiasm and work. I know it takes a lot of stuff to get things together. It really does. Well done. Have a diploma. A long diploma.
Should I start?
But do you want, I don't know what you're doing. I've mentioned before, I think to you, haven't I? It reminds me a bit of the work, some of the work in the DRL where, excuse me, they're experimenting with soft form work. You know those models, yeah.
The form finding. Yeah, I think I'm going to mention
I
that.
hope that Theo would come
Oh.
and discuss what you're doing in that context. So, do you want to say something about what you're doing? Because it's quite a, what you call an innovative field, soft formwork, isn't it, or soft architecture? And you buy this fabric that's got concrete in it, do you?
Yeah, that we have like some.
Excuse me. What is it actually used for? What is it? Who is it for? Sculptors or?
For the sample, I think it's for the road, for building the road. So when they built the road, they had the base, they dig like trenches, and then they have a layer of the fabric concrete cover on the top, and then they layer more other things. So you can see over here, like that's what they use for. This is all like fabric concrete. So it's easier, I guess, easier for transport, and the foam is going to be smoother afterwards.
So, what unit are you in?
Oh, I'm in 3, and Alex is in.
Yes. And are you doing a project on this as your tutor? Why isn't your tutor here? For your display?
Well, actually, because I have to acknowledge that Alex and Tom actually made a lot of effort in making the whole thing happen. And me, I was just like learning on the way, and through conversation with Alex and Tom, I learned actually how to make this.
Yes.
So I can't like take all the work, because Alex and Tom, they mainly did all the job, and it's brilliant, and I learned a lot from them and got inspired a lot from them, so I want to like share and actually present what they did. So should I start explaining a bit from the start?
Yes, please. And also how, are you working on it in your, on a design project or a project?
For me, I'm in 3. Yeah, because Alex and Hotaro, they initiated this project because it's related to Hotaru's project, and she started to think about how to create a very like drapery form with concrete, and then Alex got involved. They started together with the first set of experiment where they just handmade some like material and putting concrete inside fabric. So when it's formed, the shape is very intuitive. And the idea that's sort of different from what DRL is doing is that they got the form through form finding, like Gaudi's method. And then the shape is already set, and then it's like a prefabrication method. But whereas we are here trying to emphasize on the like free form, and then when the material will come in units, so it will be transported on the side, and people can just pour water on top, and then start to shaping it by hand, and you actually shape the whole structure for architecture just by hand instead of actually having the more efficient shape through form finding. So I think that's a difference between this and DRL. And then after the first test, we realized that the concrete doesn't really stay and doesn't stick as well. So then they experiment with like glass fiber, hoping that this will help the concrete to stick together. And also moving on, they tried other methods, because although this is a good material that holds itself, but in order not to let the concrete to spill out, they came up with a method to have this hook and loop tape, and then it seal the concrete from the outside. And when it's dried, you can see that it's actually quite heavy.
To be heavy.
That's nice though, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, it looks
Look
light,
at
but it's actually really heavy. Yeah.
Make a nice door out.
And then even you can see when it breaks, it doesn't come out because of the hook and loop.
Oh, like Velcro, yeah.
Yeah, and this is really an idea that came from Alex, Hotaro, and Tom. And they did a lot of like small
But have you
tests.
photographed these things, all of these things?
Yeah. Yeah, photograph.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't cover the whole of the front of the AA like this, although you might be able to, but you could certainly do it photographically, couldn't you? Couldn't it? construct images of quite a new kind of architecture. It looks like it's a very badly made bed.
We actually quite like your idea of making a wearable.
Yes.
That would be really nice.
It's really heavy.
Maybe very heavy, yes. Yeah.
No. Well, yes, I would have to warn you, I made a wearable suit that was covered with screens, little tiny screens, and it was really heavy.
You couldn't move anywhere, but you can wear it. So.
I think there was a pop group back then, when it was somebody like that, and somebody made them electric suits that had all LEDs in, but they were so hot and heavy
But I do think about you can carry your house with you. It's very light.
Relatively speaking, yes.
All the matter was like research online, but then this is a sample they got from RCA, and you can see that's a much like industrial, compact version of this. But I think I personally quite like this because of it's like this is much more like construction material. Whereas this one is much more like
tactile.
Well, I hope you do it. But I mean, an astronaut suit is like a building, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it needs to be in space. Maybe that's how you would do it, the weight issue. You were in space. A wearable structure for outer space. It's space very concrete.
And another thing we realized is before the concrete's fastened, which is that photo here, it's kind of light and easy to carry. So.
But you could, I suppose, you could make a suit out of this, and then what? Then you spray them with water.
Yeah.
And they just become completely solid. Why don't you try that with Ava? So Ava, because Ava's quite, she likes interesting clothes.
Yeah.
So you got to put idea here, you wear this, and then you go to her, then you spray it with concrete.
That would be
give me a diploma or what? Where do you buy this?
It's a sample that was sent from this company. I think it's from RCA.
The construction company was like kind of making this, and they will kind of keep the information like kind of all by itself. So at the very beginning, we can only like kind of deduce like kind of the process through a single image. So that's why we kind of, from the image, we kind of come up with the idea of in the middle is supposed to have this 3D fabric matrix. So that's why I come up with a series of questions of like kind of how we can make it with like kind of daily life material, because I think that's the thing that important for this material. It's supposed to be like kind of a Lego piece. It's supposed to like kind of build it more intuitively. And I think like kind of if we kind of must produce this kind of products for the people, we might be achieve like kind of a certain agenda of like kind of let people involved of building this, and then maybe like kind of we can develop our own construction team, and that would be like kind of quite cool for like kind of the future construction and the relationship between architects and the constructor. So like kind of maybe we can use this to develop some kind of interest of vernacular form, but also we may use this to develop some more technical, like kind of more futuristic kind of form. And I think the thing that makes this project and kind of interesting is it gives us a choice. We can choose like kind of which direction we should go, other than like kind of we have the fixed form and then we pour the concrete and it's set. Like kind of the uncertainty and the adaptability of it, I think the thing makes this fascinating for me, for Chong, for Yolanda, for Hotaro, like kind of all of them.
It's very flexible, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can wear it, you can do it, you can build it, you can do all kinds of things.
fancy
There are a lot of
statements.
constraints when they're making
Can't be
it.
edited.
We don't really
Led
have
by
like
the nose fire
compressors.
tutor.
These are material that we have, and we have to like make something out of it.
Yeah,
And it's good to
natural.
have this kind of constraints.
Yeah, sort of organic shapes, aren't they? Yeah, it's not yeah,
Yeah.
not
And
symmetrical. Well, that was
just to make it more fun, and we got the rice cracker,
I know.
which is similar to
Yeah.
Yes, are we allowed to eat these bits of concrete?
eatable concrete and drinkable concrete.
Drinkable concrete, eatable and drinkable concrete.
And also the poster at the back, it's our theme, the chilled concrete in different language. I think, my understanding of why we came up with the name chilled concrete is that because school is so busy, whereas we feel like Along can be a place where people gather to initiate products, not products, but projects. And then I think the process should be chill, but actually during like we making it, we had a lot of drama and a lot of experiments, and yeah. But I really like the final result. Yeah.
I'd like to see your photographs. You make really beautiful photographs. And then you can
I think Tom can
use your computer because you can't cover, as I said, they can't cover the AA. But you can do it photographically and explore. But I'd have thought the history of architecture, I mean, a lot of people, any of you read a book called Mechanization Takes Command? Very old book. Mechanization. It just traces the history of architecture through technology. And so, a lot of architectural developments. There's a pompous short lecture. If you think Corbusier's first diagrams for the Le Plan Libre was because all of a sudden you could make these concrete frames and liberate the building, couldn't you? And so you might be onto something quite interesting, whether it's a cladding or I don't know. You'd have to experiment, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
At different scales.
One
One would be a huge scale, a big scale, where you would just drape centre point with this, and then you'd fly drones to spray it with water, and then you could remove the building inside, and you could make this really strange, huge space, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Awesome. So do you have any question you can ask me or Alex or Tom?
Yes, when are you going to do this drawing of the AA draped in this, and with then the AA removed from the inside, so we're just left with this.
It might be a good idea and we can try.
A good drawing for a day, isn't it? And then everybody can tell you how stupid you are, you can say.
Do you have any thoughts on the difference of because it's concrete, you've got this sort of grey table, and what's really noticeable through the camera is just the amount of colour that's going on everywhere else. Is that to highlight the concrete?
The trouble with concrete, it's a really bad environmental material, isn't it? You know, consumes huge amounts of energy and water. It's a bit like the old question.
I know a lot of people try to find substitution, but also another group is trying to perfect the concrete itself by having different mixture and something like this, which can use as much concrete as needed before.
Yes.
I don't know if it might be possible to use like different kind of sand and just resource the material from a local area. I don't know how it will work.
Yeah, it has to be concrete. Yeah.
I mean, there are like people who make concrete out of corn or out of something else.
That?
Yeah, from nursery.
Out of quinoa porridge or something, isn't it?
I think just make it your own microwave.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Make your own building material microwave.
Yeah.
Build something. basically.
Yeah.
I was also thinking that because like Frey Otto, he was trying to like kind of develop like kind of through bubble experiment, you kind of have the minimum surface. And I think through exploration of the concrete fabrics, it kind of reduced the amount of like kind of the concrete material we use to achieve a certain coverage of the space. And I think that can be kind of an argument in terms of the sustainability question. Like we can use this material to achieve a coverage of like kind of a certain amount of the space, but also with less concrete than the heavily like kind of domino structure like before. And I was thinking maybe that's our goal, like kind of made a kind of free auto bubble out of the concrete canvas. That could be quite fun.
It looks as you're cooking a meal. Yeah. It looks strange, doesn't it?
Because it's chill.
I guess what's the minimum amount of concrete you would need to make it work? Is it kind of is there a certain percentage you'd have to have? I guess before it would just collapse, wouldn't it? With just too much fabric.
Yeah, but like kind of at the very beginning, we didn't like kind of actually, to be honest, we didn't use like kind of scientific approach to like kind of record the portion of it. We were trying to like kind of be more intuitive of doing it. But I think the next step of the project is like kind of make it more concise. So like we can like kind of take it to under certain control,
Yeah,
but also allow us to be chill.
Yeah.
You're okay?
Stop! Don't move!
Keep coming straight forward, you're fine. What? You kind of do you want out? Because you're in the middle of the road, you see. Are you ready?
Oh, look, she's only little.
Ta-da!